Hello, lovely members of the Rise Up with Tiaras, Tears and Triumphs Facebook group. I'm Sandy, and this is the group that I created to be a safe space for women to recover and to rebuild. And I guess to, find strategies to find a place of calm in life. The reason why I'm so passionate about this is because so I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and the past trauma that I have experienced has, wired me in a certain way that means that things will, like stress will come, to the forefront in my life. And I've needed to really cultivate ways in which to find a place of calm again. So maybe you can relate to that. And that was a reason why I wanted to do a monthly meetup, an online meetup, to basically create a safe space for women to come in and just form connections. I know that that can sometimes be daunting in itself because of those things around isolation that you might have experienced, and it might feel quite hard to come into a space where you don't actually know anybody. Within this group meetup, the main thing is that you feel a sense of control over what you do. So if you wanted to come in and test out coming into this online group, which is happening once a month, I've created a morning session and I've created an evening session, because I know the mornings won't necessarily work for some people and the evenings won't necessarily work for others. So I thought if I do a couple of options, there will hopefully be an ideal time for you to come in and participate in this group. So I'm going to create a little bit of a quiz, because there could be reasons why people aren't coming in for the monthly meetup. And I'd like to gain more of a sense about, what sort of things are holding you back from participating in this group. Maybe it's an actual practical thing that's holding you back, or maybe it might be a case of, something inside of you, a fear, a sense of, not feeling sure about or confident about coming in and participating in a group event. I'm not sure, and I would love to get a better idea of what it might be. So you may not know that for the last couple of years, I've actually been, the reason I haven't been as active in this Facebook group is because I took a couple of years to upskill and do some serious studies, because I wanted to increase my knowledge in areas to really help me be a trauma-informed coach that was able to help women really effectively to recover and rebuild and, find that place of calm for themselves, so that they could actually create a life that brings them joy and a sense of, excuse me, gives them a sense of satisfaction too. So we never know what lies around the next corner. And last night, I attended an event for one of my children at their school, and there was a very inspirational speaker there, and he was a double amputee. He'd lost both of his legs, and he'd also lost some of his fingers due to a very insidious disease that he contracted, and he's now gone on to become a motivational speaker because of this. And the reason I share this is because there's so many things that can happen in life that can really hold us back and make us lose confidence. And for him, his whole life was turned upside down through needing to go through these amputations. So he basically said he was talking about the why me question, and which is one that a stage that he went through after losing his legs, and he was just crying out, why me, why has this happened to me? And he pointed out that why me is such a negative question to ask, because it is so disempowering. It doesn't help to ask why me. He reframed it. He reframed that question, and he basically said it's about asking the right questions of yourself. And his question was, what's next? So when something happens to you, it's about asking what's next. And what's next, really is opening scope to what is possible for you on the other side, instead of why me, which is basically keeping you in that place of being disempowered. So I really, really loved and appreciated hearing that last night. And it was just a really timely reminder to know that this, what he went through related so much to what women go through, the losses that they go through when they are in an abusive relationship, when they're in a narcissistic relationship. And that loss, it might be that they've lost their position, in life. It might be that they've lost their job. It might be that, they've lost their self-esteem. It might be that they've just lost themselves, and they need to find a way to come back into who they are, but a more empowered version of that person than you ever were before. And that's what I found when I did the work, when I really, really embraced that healing journey, which was not an easy journey. And one of the other things that was highlighted in this talk last night was about getting support. And this courageous man, shared quite openly that he has a psychologist, and that even though he, has worked on his mindset, and he's worked so much on changing his outlook to help him to really have a rich and rewarding life. He's married, he's got 2 children, he's got a fantastic career, and his life is full of meaning and purpose. So, that's amazing. But he said it doesn't mean that every day is easy for me. And I can relate to that, because not every day is easy for me either. And, as somebody who has suffered from chronic pain all my life, getting up every morning is never easy for me. But the way in which I have managed to turn things around for myself is by working on my mindset, by working on my outlook, by cultivating routines and things to help and support me to turn things around and to start to release some of that pain and work on my mind and find my place of calm. And then, it's also, just like him, I have support people in my life. And those support people, when it comes to the emotional pain that, we carry because of really hard times, is shared with somebody who works in that area. So I have a psychologist too that I stay in contact with, and it's just, for me, I know it's an ongoing process. If you understand that recovery is not linear, it's not something that is going to be a 1, 2, 3 and it's all fixed, because there might be something else that crops up and brings that pain back in again. So it's about cultivating resilience to have that life that is still so beautiful, so meaningful, and so purposeful, because you've got the resilience to cope with the adversities. So these are things that I want to help with, and this is what I'm here for. And I can't wait to hear from you. So feel free to share anything in the comments that you want. I'll pop together a little survey, pop that into the Facebook group too, so that you can take an opportunity to tick some boxes and give me a little bit of feedback so I know what I can tweak and what I can do to support you, because that's why I'm here. I am here 100% to support you and to help you on your recovery journey. So, with that said, I'm going to love you and leave you and send you light, love, and blessings into your life. Okay, much love.